Shalom. Well, today's the first day of Hanukkah in our year 2025 here. I'm going to be going over my first day of study with my children, my adult children. They're all adults here. So we're going to be talking this Shabbat about, or this Hanukkah rather, this season here, this time and season on the Hebrew calendar called Hanukkah, which means dedication. And we're going to be talking about calling with name of YaHuWaH Elohim. Uh, and I found out about this because I was looking at the translation, and it's with name or in name. It is not call on the name of the Lord, which is what we learned in Christian churches. Just call on the name of the Lord, and it is in the Christian songs, but it's technically wrong. It's calling with name of YaHuWaH Elohim, and we're going to discuss and learn about what it truly means to call with name of YaHuWaH, which is how it appears in the scriptures. Call with name of YaHuWaH. And the traditional translation, of course, calling on the name of the Lord, it adds the word "the" in there, which is not there in the Hebrew, and it replaces YaHuWaH with Lord. So obviously that is the replacement. In translations, most translations before around 2009, the translations had replaced, and following the King James translation, they replaced YaHuWaH's self-chosen name and replaced it with the Lord. So that's why we've got the phrase "the Lord," is because they replaced YaHuWaH with the Lord. So, but in Hebrew, it actually is call with name of YaHuWaH. And this is a practice that opens personal access to him. So, of course, the word practice there, just to begin practicing it and being aware of it. So we're going to learn about it so that we can then put that into practice. Calling with name of YaHuWaH. The true meaning of calling with name, the Hebrew phrase again is b'shem, literally with name. Shame in Hebrew is name in English. It's not shame, which is our English word to cause shame or something like that. In Hebrew, shame means name and character and renown. Many translations say call on the name, as we just discussed, implying only verbal petition, not realizing the relational access. The correct understanding is calling with name involves relational access, invoking the covenant of YaHuWaH and personal connection with YaHuWaH Elohim, similar to calling dad or mom when speaking to a parent. So when you want to talk to your parent, you need to talk to them, you need to ask them something. Maybe you need some advice, or maybe you need some help. You walk into the room and you say dad, or you pick up the phone and you say dad, or you say mom. And that brings you into immediate relational access with your parent. So that's how we need to think about this relational access of calling with name of YaHuWaH. So if I was going to advise somebody to go get counsel from their parent, I would say, go in and call them dad. Don't call them by their first name. Don't call them Mr. Smith. Call them your relational name for them, because you're honoring them in that relational name, and it grants you access. So that's what we're talking about, relational access here, to the creator of the world and our Elohim, our mighty one. Scriptural evidence of calling with name. Genesis 4:26 in the ISR translation, which is a restored name translation. However, they've got call on the name, but it says, and to Sheth. Remember that Cain and Abel were the first two sons, and Cain rose up and killed Abel, murdered him. But then YaHuWaH gave another child to Adam and Eve, which was Sheth. And so it says, and to Sheth, to him was a son, also a son was born, and he called his name Enosh. Then it was begun to call on the name of YaHuWaH. It is translated here in the ISR translation again as call on the name of YaHuWaH, but it's actually call with name of YaHuWaH. And the verse does not explicitly say that Seth called with name of YaHuWaH, but rather it describes the beginning of the practice of calling with name YaHuWaH in this generation. So Hebrew behind call on the name is b'shem, which literally means calling with name, a relational and covenantal act. Genesis 12:8, we have Abraham demonstrating active relational access and covenantal connection. It says in the verse, and he built an altar there to YaHuWaH and called with name of YaHuWaH. Genesis 21, verse 33, and Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba and called with name of YaHuWaH, the everlasting Elohim. Let's see if we can get up a page. Here we go. And relational access, calling with name, is not a magical word or password, but it provides, again, that advice, that counsel is go in with that personal access. You call with name of YaHuWaH because it's relational. We are invited to engage YaHuWaH Elohim as a father, even after reaching adulthood, as he calls us to come as little children. So this is very akin to walking in and calling a mom or dad. You can think of even the smallest child going in with that humble heart, mom, dad, and asking for what they want. Hugs and kisses and love, it's relational. Our knowledge of his true name connects us with Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Sovereign David, and Yahushua. And then notes on the English translations, again, many English Bibles insert the Lord instead of YaHuWaH, removing the covenantal name. And we're told in many of the King James translations, older ones, not necessarily the newer versions, is that in the forward it says that out of consideration for the tradition of the Jews, the translators removed YaHuWaH's name and replaced it with the Lord, and they removed his self-chosen title Elohim and replaced it with God. The Strong's Concordance, H1408 and H1409, because these words are numbered alphabetically as they appear in the King James translation. These numbers tell us that God is the Babylonian deity of fortune. So that's not a name we want to call him. We want to get to that personal relationship. We don't want to be at Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith is president of his company. We want to be at YaHuWaH. We want to be at the idea is the dad or our father. But that access, what we're told in scripture is we call with name of YaHuWaH. Restored name translations, there's now several, and they are accessible for accurate study, but we get to look at the Hebrew. That's where we want to look and find out what did the Hebrew say, and then we know. That's how I found out, by looking at the Hebrew, that it's call with name of YaHuWaH. It's not call on the name of YaHuWaH or call on the name of the Lord. It's call with name. It's something about it ushers you in with relational access. We've already gone over these scriptures except for Matthew 18:3. And he said, truly I say to you, unless you turn and become as little children, you shall not enter the kingdom of the heavens or the reign of the heavens. So very important to have that heart of a little child towards our Father in heaven, whose name is YaHuWaH, and we are told to call with name of YaHuWaH. What does calling with name of YaHuWaH mean to you personally? If you're not using his name, now is a great time to start using his name. His name is YaHuWaH. His self-chosen title is Elohim, and his scriptures say, call with name of YaHuWaH. How does it differ from simply calling on the name or calling on the name of the Lord or calling on the name of YaHuWaH? Is the access is with the name. Access is with the name. And it's relational access. It's personal access. You want that personal access. You want your prayers heard. You want to be as close to him as you can. You want to acknowledge him as Abba, as Father. You want to have that perspective of him. When you need him, you want him there. You need to be rescued. You need to know that he already knows your voice. He already knows that you call him by name. You call in terms of prayer with his name. You call with name YaHuWaH, name of YaHuWaH. Why do you think YaHuWaH invites us to relational access as his children? If you spend any time at all with a child, you know that they rely on relational access. They rely on that. They rely on the love of their father, the love of their mother, the love of their care providers. And this is why the Father wants us in relational access with Him. He loves us. He loves us. He wants to provide for us. He wants to care for us, and He wants us to love Him back. And so, anyway, that is our study for day one. I hope you enjoyed it, and there'll be more. There'll be more to go through over the next 7 days. You will be with you, and I love you. Shalom.